confident. I am strong. I know what I am doing. How many of us are saying that, are perceiving ourselves in that light? Quite often, unfortunately, those statements are driven by the ego, not necessarily revealing our real inner being. Welcome everyone to another wonderful Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. And today you are stepping into the new, wonderful week to face whatever is awaiting for us. Welcome to Monday Leadership Kickstart Insight. Last week we had our third edition of the LeadershipCraft Forum. The focus was on human-centered leadership. I'm just right now working on post-production materials, rewatching again and again what not only our speakers and guests have said, but also our audience. Here are the key elements that occurred to me, which I believe we all should be aware of its meaning, how to practice it, and when we develop those qualities under the positive light, under the lens, serving other people, how those qualities in us will help other people to flourish. Authenticity, confidence, integrity, wearing mask, trust, ego. Authenticity appeared as one of the first qualities during the event, and authenticity is gaining kind of good attention in the commercial field. Be the authentic leader. Join our 40 hours training and you will be authentic leader. Authenticity is an outcome, how you deal with your ego, how do you trust yourself, and how do you perceive the trust as a quality in the relationships with other people. Are you wearing a mask? What's the value of that mask? How much are you hiding? How much are you showing? Integrity. How many words shared by you are mirroring your actions in your life? We all know that. Oh yeah, this is the one who's saying one thing and doing another thing. Integrity and confidence. What is the level of your confidence? Where did you get that confidence? From the gym and, 12 hours a week training your biceps or triceps? Where the confidence come from? When you know the answers and how are you managing those 5 other components, the ego, trust, mask, integrity, and confidence, then you will understand the whole purpose of being authentic. Otherwise, everything is just a theoretical, imaginative narrative. I found the elegant synonym for other way of description of the things that are irrelevant to the reality. Being a leader, it's something phenomenal, but at the same time, and no one is telling us, at the same time, if we really want to run that in an authentic manner, no one is telling us what kind of the soft skills actually we shall develop in us. The key soft skill will be what kind of relationships and how we are building the relationships with other people, starting from our personal life. How are we building the boundaries? How are we enabling others to tell us how we should think, how we should perform, how we should show up, even how we shall dress? What are the qualities based on which we are building the relationships with certain people? I'm sure most of you will have some triggers that are touching the childhood, the teenagerhood. I will say that this famous word, traumas. Although I will not I will not make the big fuss about this trauma thing. Being aware of the qualities, components, reason, why did you stay in that relationship? And I'm not talking only about a love relationship. In that interaction with that friend, what was there? If you will dive in, you can really discover the dark sides, the reason today we wear masks. You cannot really put into the sleep mode the ego. Because even if I'm authentic, even if I'm confident, there will be moments, these emotional triggers that my ego, I don't like it. Feel jealous, envy. I'm not saying that it's a lot, but it's a natural. This helps me to understand that I am a human being. And at the same time, it's alarming me. Are you crazy, woman? What's the deal for you in it? But it means there are things in me, like in most of us, we are not able to say or demand from others being perfect. And that's the beauty in leadership, because it gives us this possibility, how you call it, this credit of being imperfect. Because the qualities of acceptance, quality of, respecting other human, is the whole rich spectrum that falls into leadership. But again, it does not start in the office. It starts outside. It starts the way how you are building your own garden. Are you creating, shaping, designing your garden so the neighbors can clap you and make, ooh, how beautiful it is? Or you are doing that because it gives you the joy? Are you following the trends that creates the noise? Or you will just stay in the corner, maybe lacking the light because it's taken by the noise? Or anyway, if the noise is following, no one is looking in your corner. But being grounded in the values that you believe in, that's the integrity. Ego think, alive. God bless, maybe 0.01%. So I did really, really huge work around myself over the years. Trust myself, definitely. Trusting myself, there is this voice of intuition, the first voice. I follow that. If I fail that and follow others people's advice, if I follow some suggestion that makes itchy, I pay the price for that. So I follow the intuition. That's the trust towards me. Trust to other people, absolutely. They will fail. Well, I walk away. Story is over. It can be so simple. Employees, if they are lying, if they are not reliable, you are the leader, so you shall have the courage to tell them, look, you might not agree with my politics, you might not agree with the way how I run, but the fact is, I am running that position. I am requesting to do 1, 2, 3, and the following fact is that you are not keeping the deadlines, you are not keeping the standards, you are not keeping qualities, but you are busy with emotional triggers that I am eventually creating in your mind. So, can we put the emotional jargon on the side and let's keep focus on work? When you are having good argumentative narrative, we can sit again and talk. How about that? You see, literacy of expression. No need to be angry, and of course, employees like kids will create the stories. We need to be patient. That's the leadership. If you are not equipped in that psychological, soft, emotional qualities, you will have a rough time and hardly understand the whole joy that carrying such role can bring into your life. Wearing mask. Today I call it diplomacy. Little connection to authenticity. You cannot show up the way how you really are unless you have millions. So what they say, if you are rich, you can do everything, right? Even walk on the street with naked butt. That's so true. But is it really valuable? If I have many followers and I have lots of money, I can do whatever I want. If I will start cursing just because I can? Not really. Wearing mask is when we are indeed pretending because we don't know how to be confident in the values that are really valuable for us, how to trust yourself. We don't know how to create the integrity because there are other authorities in our life, friends that we are afraid to say no to, family members that we don't want to harm them if we will turn on them, or they will get upset with us if we will say, I don't like this way. This is when we will say, we wear masks, we are pretending. Diplomacy is the higher level. You don't need to wear extra mask. You go into certain circle of people, naturally you will behave, your manners, your smiling, your gesticulations, tone of voice, wordings, how are you using? This will have an impact on your overall behavior. Another situation of diplomacy is when you are going into the office of your boss and you want to win your case. So you will choose some set of arguments, you will build your case, and diplomacy is higher level than just wearing the masks because it's free from your emotional triggers. So if during the interaction something will happen that you don't like, within the diplomacy, you will still you will hold yourself strong. Whereas when you are wearing the mask, you are pretending the wind will blow and you fall very quickly. Ego, trust yourself, trusting other people. What are the connecting lines? What are the connecting qualities? Wearing the masks. Do you wear the mask or you play with the diplomacy? What's the level of integrity? Are you in a club? Say one, do two? Or you know it's not popular, but you will stick to it. Another idea here, it just came to my mind. I remember years ago there was something about the strong leadership and people were replying, good communication, being present, being kind, very basic. The strong leadership is when the leader is ready to be fired for protecting their own people. That's the strong leadership. Are you ready to be fired? Is your leader ready to be fired to protect you? To fight for the right cause? And you know, the best lesson for life is how are we going when the times are tough? Are we still integrated with our mind and kindness towards other people? Are we keeping our positive mind, confidence, and authenticity? Like I said at the beginning, is the outcome of all these 5 beautiful qualities. I will leave you with this big thought for this week. Definitely invite you to sit 5 minutes before you will jump into the office madness. Take the deep breath. Who is driving me? Ego? What ego? Good or bad? How to recognize that? What are the intention? To win my case or to win for someone else? Serving people, that's the leadership. Happy leadership journey. See you next week.